Okay. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome. Call this meeting to order. If you stand, please, we'll have our invocation and our pledge of allegiance. Pray with me, please. Heavenly Father, we are grateful that you've given us this opportunity to meet here together tonight. Help us to realize and understand that we are here for the people of this community. We're here to make sure that they are safe. And we ask that you would join with us here tonight. We invite you into this room. Grant us just a portion of your wisdom as we deliberate the issues of our city. Thank you for this day, for all the blessings you've given to us. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty. First item on our agenda is a special presentation. It's the Fountain Project. And Ms. Gretchen, Tony, do you want to?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
So Ms. Gretchen Guggenhauer will take the lead on this.
Good evening, Mayor and Assistant City Manager and Council. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. I've come this evening to give you just a brief update on the pond aerator project. As you can recall, and you may recall, this project was funded with an appropriation for the project in December of 2023. The main goal of this project, and when first proposed, we projected that the project would actually be a fountain type project with with some aerial, that it may shoot the water up into the air. And the purpose of tonight's project is to give you an update that may look somewhat different than expected. Our main goal when we evaluated proposals during this process to pick the proper equipment and to make this recommendation is that the first issue to address with the aeration is that overall we want to lessen the mosquito population while at South Lawson. This is a key priority for everyone that enjoys the park and the new amenities that are there, and including those that play a lot of soccer there in the evenings. The aeration is also known, and if we are able to achieve what we need to, it would decrease the algae growth and improve the circulation overall for the entire pond. This includes the area that is like a subfeeder to the pond, and then also when you decrease algae growth, everything circulates a lot better and you get a better improved. It doesn't overfeed the sludge, it doesn't overfeed the plants, and in general, we just get a better, healthier pond. Overall, we're looking for equipment that's going to be minimally maintenance-free, rugged because of its location, and be able to support the volume of water that we're going to try to move, because we do have a pretty significant pond there, depending on how much water is flowing through and how much drainage the pond is serving for the area. So after some research, and we've consulted a number of pond and fountain specialists in the area. There are at least 4 to 5 in the region. We have chosen to go with a unit that not only provides top aeration, but has horsepower and the ability to also provide bubbling underneath, both underwater aeration or movement, as well as on top or surface movement. You can see an example of this. This will help with algae buildup, aquatic weeds, bottom sludge, odors that can happen when water sits stagnantly, and overall insect infestation, which, as we know, is our friend, the mosquito here in Poquoson. You can see basically this little drawing here is a simple example of the item that we're recommending. The beige area is more of the bubbler system, and that will move water underneath. And the top, it has more a larger, robust nozzle that will push water in all directions, not just vertically. So it will be anchored, and you can see we also have a plan to have a control panel that's external to the pond, and then also, as part of the project, is to bring power to the pond as well, into that area. Underground line will also have to be installed, so it is a little bit of a robust project, but we do believe that this proposed Volcano 3 is rugged. It requires less maintenance than the actual fountain structure. A fountain actually has a larger pump motor, and more debris can get caught in that than the way this is designed, actually. So we wanted to brief you just briefly on these changes, and so that you have an idea of what the water movement will look like. This is more of an eruption pattern that they call like a wall, or as you can see here, it doesn't shoot high into the air. It's not going to give you the city center fountain look, but it's going to move water more robustly and with a bit more power than the fountain. This way we don't have to install multiple units. It does have a good warranty. It has stainless steel parts, and we feel like this is going to be a great improvement to the park at South Lawson. Are there any questions? Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Is this continuous, or is it?
Yes, it does run all the time, and it is, it's a 1.5 horsepower motor with, and it moves 1,324 gallons per minute. Yes,
So it's just one unit?
just one unit at this time is what is recommended.
Does it work on Canadian geese?
I hope that it will not, I'm all for wildlife, but I will say, I hope it will deter some landing area, but you never know. We haven't been successful yet with some of our geese
other questions
problems at
of,
South Lawson.
Gretchen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Mayor, council members, so tonight we did ask Gretchen to come here because as we explained to this in the past, it would have the aerial effect, and since we've changed the overall outlook of what it's going to look like, we wanted to make sure before proceeding that y'all are comfortable with this. Still have the same effect of trying to eliminate mosquitoes, but it will not have the pretty effect like she pointed out at City Center.
All right, thank you, Tanya.
Sure.
No questions? Thank you, Gretchen. Well done. All right, let's move on to our audience for visitors. If there is anyone in our audience who would like to address council on any issue, we'd be delighted to hear from you at this time. Anyone? Okay, let's move on to approval of minutes. We have two sessions, please.
Mr. Mayor, I move approval of the minutes of the work session 22 April 2024.
Okay.
Second.
And motion made second, we adopt those minutes from our work session, April 22nd, 2024. Are there corrections, additions, any questions? Okay, Ms. Christie?
Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Councilwoman Bunting?
Aye.
Councilwoman Emmett?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Councilman Hubbs?
Aye.
Mayor Hessel?
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7 to 0.
All right, thank you, Christie. And our regular session, same date, same year.
Mr. Mayor, I move approval of the minutes of the regular session 22 April 2024.
Okay?
Second.
All right, we've got a motion made second, we adopt those minutes as well. Regular session, April 22nd, 2024. Any questions, additions, corrections? Any comments regarding those minutes? If not, Ms. Christie?
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Emmett?
Aye.
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Councilman Hubbs?
Aye.
Councilwoman Bunting?
Aye.
Mayor Hessel?
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Item F, we have two public hearings. Did you want to comment on the first one?
So the first one, we're going to have our Director of Finance, Tara Woodruff, up to speak on that. Just to remind the members of council, it is two action items under one public hearing. So when we do close the public hearing, we'll have two items to vote on.
That's correct. Good evening, Mayor.
Hey,
Hessel.
Tara, how are you?
Council members, very good.
Good to see you.
She did say that we have two. I'm going to go through the first one, give you a chance to ask questions, and then we'll go through the second one before you close the public hearing, okay? At the close of fiscal year 2023, the schools had unspent funds totaling $1,269,077, which were returned to the city and placed in the general fund committed fund balance. If you recall, at the December 11th, 2023 meeting, City Council approved the reappropriation of $834,902 of this amount, which funded curriculum, sped and crossing guard stipends, primary school fire alarm replacement, and to provide local funding to supplant reduced state funding due to the calculation error related to the grocery tax hold harmless revenue. Consideration of the remaining $434,175 was deferred until the final average daily membership, or ADM, was calculated based on March 31, 2024. This March 31 date is what the state bases funding on for the school year and provides a final calculation tool to the schools in June. When the deferral was considered, it provided more time for PCPS to see if the ADM might increase and or see if the schools might have reduced spending during the year to offset the lower revenue, which could have allowed the city to consider other uses of these funds, such as for school CCIP projects. The schools prepared their fiscal year 2024 budget based on state funding on an ADM of 2096 students. If you recall, in October 2023, they reported to the city that the ADM was at 2038 at that point. As of March 31, the ADM is now at 1,996. So the ADM decreased for 42 students from October to March, and it's 100 students less than the budget that they had prepared for fiscal year 2024. So the schools have requested the remaining $434,175 to cover fiscal year 2024 operations and offset the anticipated state revenue deficit. And I know you had the letter from the superintendent as well. So I would be happy to answer any questions you have on this. Mr. Tillett is also here from the schools if you have any questions for him.
Any questions of Tara? Keith?
I don't know if it's you or for Mr. Tillett, is still expect the number to go up?
We are, people not just quickly. We base these figures on the state demographer's Weldon Cooper's study, and also working with the plan department in the city. And of course, the anticipated increase was by and large due to expected population at Legacy. And although we believe those kids are still coming, they're not here yet. So a theory I have, and I believe it's true, is that those kids will show up after school ends. A lot of parents don't bring their children during the school year. It's disruptive to their learning. So my guess is those folks planning a move to Legacy, I'm thinking that the state demographers are probably spot on. I think we'll see those students show up. They're just not here yet. It's a good question.
Mr. Taylor, I also have a question, please. Does the $434,000, does that cover the entire deficit from the ADM? So you're not on the hook for any additional on top of that?
We should be able to slide into home plate June 30th without any undue debt. And we, of course, budgeted for next year using a more conservative number, and then we can adjust that as we see those students arrive. But very good question. We should be fine. Thank you.
Any other questions of the superintendent? Any questions of Tara regarding the first item? Okay, Ms. Tara?
All right. The second item is the appropriation of additional revenues in fiscal year 2024 within the general fund. This generally would not require a public hearing, but along with the schools, we advertise it as a public hearing because of the dollar amount of the appropriation. So the first one there is the cost for state mandated services under the Children's Services Act, or CSA, for qualified children will exceed the budget by approximately $306.64 this year due to an unanticipated increase in foster care children. If you remember when Margaret was here a little while ago, she was speaking to the foster care issue. Well, we have started to see an additional amount of children. We actually had 9 recently enter from the city. So these costs are offset by reimbursements from the state of approximately $238,081. That leaves a local match requirement of $67,983, which we have recognized additional interest income that we would like to use a portion to cover this local match requirement. We have also received a total of $16,830 for 2 insurance proceeds from the Virginia Risk Sharing Association. $8,956 is for a light pole replacement that was damaged at the Poquoson Municipal Pool, and $7,874 is for repair costs for a police vehicle that was damaged in an accident. We have also recently received an additional $51,100 in direct distributions from the Virginia Opioid Abatement Authority for opioid settlements, which are required to use for opioid abatement. The library has received $5,123 in additional donations. The police department has received $300 in donations, which will be utilized for crime prevention program. And the fire department has received $250 in donations to be used for community fire program efforts. Therefore, you have an ordinance appropriating $379,667 to the general fund budget for fiscal year 2023. And I would be happy to answer any questions you have on this one.
Any questions of Tara regarding her comments? All right, thank you, Tara. Well done. All right, let's then open the public hearing. I'm sorry. We're discussing whether or not I open the public hearing or
You
not.
did not.
I
You
did
did not.
not,
Okay.
yeah, so I am now. So if there's anyone that would like to address either one of these topics, we'd like to hear from you now. All right. So we have two ordinances, am I correct, Tara? Okay, so let's do the first one. Close the public hearing, I'm sorry, let's have some motions regarding the item with Poquoson City Schools and the second ordinance with the transfers.
Mr. Mayor, I propose an ordinance making additional appropriations for fiscal year 2024 in the general fund, Poquoson City Public Schools.
Okay?
Second.
All right, I have a motion made and seconded. We adopt that ordinance. Any concerns, comments? Okay. Ms. Christie?
Councilman Hux?
Aye.
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Emmett?
Aye.
Councilwoman Bunting?
Aye.
Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Mayor Hessel?
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7.
Okay, thank you, Christie. Let's move on to the second public hearing. An ordinance amending Chapter 34, Article 4, wetlands, I'm sorry.
We need to vote on the general fund.
We do, I'm sorry. The departmental transfers, I apologize. Are you prepared for that?
I am.
Mr. Vice
Mr. Mayor, I propose an ordinance making additional appropriations for fiscal year 2024 in the general fund, various departments.
Okay,
Second.
all right, we have a motion made and seconded. We adopt that ordinance as well. Any concerns, comments? If not, Ms. Christie?
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilman Hux?
Aye.
Councilwoman Bunting?
Aye.
Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Councilwoman Emmett?
Aye.
Mayor Hessel?
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
All right, thank you, Christie. Now we'll move on to our second public hearing. It's an ordinance amending Chapter 34, Article 4, wetlands. Any comments?
Well, I'll have Laura Noose, our Environmental Compliance Officer, to present for us tonight.
All right. Welcome, Laura.
Good evening, everyone. So thank you again for letting me come and speak this evening. In August 2023, the Virginia Marine Resource Commission issued a letter to all localities outlining revised requirements that needed to be placed in our ordinance. And upon further review, staff realized that the Poquoson Wetlands Ordinance was missing additional verbiage that was previously adopted by the state. The proposed ordinance before you tonight has been brought into compliance with all state regulations. The updates include language revisions, public hearing notifications, prioritizing living shorelines, and removing the requirement to notarize wetlands permits. We have also reorganized the ordinance to make it easier for reading and information gathering. All of the required agencies, including city staff, the city attorney, the Poquoson Wetlands Board, and VMRC have reviewed the documentation. So before you tonight, for your consideration, is an ordinance to amend Article 4, Wetlands. And I'm here to answer any questions.
All right, any questions of Laura? Keith?
I had one, only because I look at the boards and commissions. Will there be an update to the Wetlands Board policy and procedures for management manual that they have following these new changes if we approve it?
I mean, yeah, the SOP will be updated because the publication is updated, as well as the fact that we don't have to notarize our wetlands permits anymore. So yeah, we will update our SOP
Okay.
once the ordinance is updated,
Great.
adopted. I'm
That's all I
sorry.
have.
Other questions, Laura? All right, Laura, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's open that public hearing then and ask, is there anyone in our audience that would like to address the ordinance? Okay, we'll close the public hearing then. Ask for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I propose an ordinance amending Chapter 34, Article 4, wetlands.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Second.
Motion made, second, we adopt the ordinance. Any concerns, comments regarding this ordinance? Okay, Ms. Christie?
Councilwoman Bunting? Aye. Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilman Hubbs?
Aye.
Councilwoman Emmett?
Aye.
Mayor Hessel?
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
All right, thanks, Christie. Let's move on to unfinished business. We have a second reading and final adoption of the FY 2025 Annual Financial Plan. We have 3 ordinances there. The tax rate for real estate, the tax rate for personal property, and appropriating funds by the fiscal year 2025 proposed annual financial plan. And I had originally talked to the Vice Mayor about doing these in a block, but I think we'll do them separately. So are you prepared with that, Kerry?
Yes.
Okay. Ready?
We ready for a motion? Okay. Mr. Mayor, I propose an ordinance to lay a $1.14 levy per 100 assessed value on all real estate in the city of Poquoson, Virginia, for the general operation of the various departments of the city government.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion made second, we adopt that ordinance. Any concerns, comments regarding the tax rate? Okay, all right, Ms. Christie?
Councilwoman Emmett?
Aye.
Councilman Hucks?
Aye.
Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Councilwoman Bunting? Aye. Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Mayor Hessel?
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Second ordinance is establishing tax rate for personal property. Mr. Vice Mayor?
Mr. Mayor, I propose an ordinance to lay a $4.15 levy on all personal property, a 0.00001 levy on all watercraft, a $1.50 levy on all privately owned camping trailers and motorhomes, and a $1.14 levy on all vehicles without motive power used or designed to be used as manufactured homes in the city of Poquoson, Virginia, for the general operation of the various departments of the city government.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion made and second, we adopt that ordinance as well. Any concerns or comments? All right, hearing none. Christie?
Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Councilwoman Bunting?
Aye.
Councilwoman Emmett?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Councilman Hucks?
Aye.
Mayor Hessel? Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Okay, and the third one is an ordinance appropriating the funds of the fiscal year 2025 proposed annual financial plan.
Mr. Mayor, I propose an ordinance to appropriate funds to the various governmental funds of the city of Poquoson, Virginia, fiscal year 2025.
Okay?
Second.
All right, we have a motion made second, we adopt that ordinance. Any concerns, comments? If not, Ms. Christie?
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Emmett?
Aye.
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Councilman Hucks?
Aye.
Councilwoman Bunting?
Aye.
Mayor Hessel?
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
All right, thank you, Christie. Let's move on to new business. The first item is an ordinance transferring funds from the roadway drainage and Poquoson Primary School HVAC project to the Back River Drainage Project, and authorize the city manager enter into a contract with Pancoke Marine Construction. Ms. Tanya?
We've got Garrett here tonight to
Garrett,
present.
welcome, sir.
Yep. Good evening, Mr. Mayor and City Council. So, a little background on this project. It's off of Robert Bruce. It's downstream of the pipe that goes that goes under Little Florida right before 185. So, it's a dilapidated bulkhead that drains numerous developments off of Odd Road and Little Florida. If this drainage way were to be blocked, it could cause significant upstream flooding on Little Florida and Odd Road. The condition on this bulkhead has worsened condition significantly within the past year from when we started planning the project. There are now sections of the bulkhead which have partially collapsed, and the soil has already started eroding. We plan on replacing the bulkhead with riprap and a metal pipe. This is a time-sensitive project, which is why engineering department feels it's important to move forward with this bid. And therefore, tonight in front of you is an ordinance transferring $93,416 in leftover ARPA money from the roadway drainage project and the Poquoson Primary School HVAC project to the Back River Drainage Project, as well as authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with the low bidder Pancoat Marine Construction.
All right, Garrett, thank you. Any questions of Garrett?
Mayor and city
Yes.
council members, let me just add, with this ARPA fund, if you recall way back when, we have two sources of funds. We call them the right side and the left side. The right side is basically the 10 million of revenue replacement that we've spent out. The left side is the additional money that we have to use based on the federal guidelines. This project qualifies based on the left side, so we're following the federal guidelines to utilize the ARPA money.
Any questions of Garrett? Any questions of Tanya? Okay. All right, Garrett, thank you very much. Well done.
Mr. Mayor, I propose an ordinance transferring funds from the roadway drainage and Poquoson Primary School HVAC projects to the Back River Drainage Project and authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Pancoat Marine Construction.
All right, thank you.
Second.
All right, we have a motion made second. We adopt the ordinance. Any questions, concerns, any comments? If not, Ms. Christie, please.
Councilman Hubbs?
Aye.
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Emmett?
Aye.
Councilwoman Bunting? Aye. Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Mayor Hessel? Aye. Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
All right, thanks, Christie. Item 2 in the new business, an ordinance making an additional transfer in fiscal year 2024 for the capital projects fund for Two Tree Park.
Mayor, we have our Director of Finance,
There
Tara
she is
Wiggles.
again.
Back again.
Yeah.
So at your April 10th, 2023 work session, the Parks and Rec Advisory Board provided you with an update on the plan for Two Tree Park. The advisory board determined that a phased approach for the park would provide immediate benefits to the community while allowing for additional time to continue the board's research. So there, at the June 12th, 2023 meeting, City Council appropriated $70,000 to begin the first phase. So far, the parking lot, bike rack, and signage have all been completed at a cost of $39,349. This leaves $30,651 available to complete the picnic shelter and walking trail. However, based on some preliminary estimates, this remaining amount will not be sufficient to cover both projects. Therefore, it's staff recommendation to transfer the $125,000 that was originally approved for the City Hall Park project to the Two Tree Park project. So you have an ordinance to transfer $125,000 in fiscal year 2024 within the capital projects fund. And I would be happy to answer any questions. you
Any
may.
questions of Terrell?
Will it take the whole 125,000 to do?
I do not believe it will take the whole.
Okay.
However, some of the preliminary estimates that we've gotten on the walking trail are like $50,000 to $70,000 range. So it's much higher than we anticipated because of the stone.
Would that trail be similar to what's at South Lawson Park, or is this be kind of a
I think it's
gravel?
more, but I don't know if you have
It's a
a question.
gravel, so it's a gravel trail, so it will not be similar to South Lawson.
All right, other questions of Tara? All right, thank you, ma'am. Is for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I propose an ordinance making I'm making an additional transfer in fiscal year 2024 capital projects fund for Two Tree Park.
Okay.
Second.
All right, we have a motion made second, we adopt the ordinance. Any questions, any concerns, any more comments? If not, Ms. Christie, please.
Councilman Southall?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilman Hubbs?
Aye.
Councilwoman Bunting? Aye. Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Councilwoman Emmett?
Aye.
Mayor Hessel? Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Thanks, Christian. Item 3 under new business is a resolution authorizing the Poquoson Police Department to make application for the U.S. Department of Justice, Community-Oriented Policing Services, Cops Hiring Program, General Fund. Chief, welcome, sir.
Good evening, Mayor, members of council. It's always a pleasure to come in here and speak with you folks. Tonight, I'm presenting a request, the Cops Hiring Program, which is the Community-Oriented Policing Services Hiring Program administered by the U.S. Department of Justice. is a competitive grant that reimburses states, units of local government, federal, Indian tribes, up to $125,000 for the cost of compensation for each awarded position over a 3-year period. The grant allows for application of up to 20% increase in staffing. We're requesting to increase by one police officer position. As you'll recall, back in January of this year, based on council's actions from last year, we added 3 additional patrol officer positions to the department and to address the increased demand anticipated as a result of growth around the city, as well as increased calls for service. The police department has 4 patrol shifts, and those 3 additional positions this year added 1 to each of 3, and this would allow us to move forward with a plan to balance that and have an additional officer on all of our shifts. The grant is, like I said, a total of $125,000. It's not $125,000 each year. It's $125,000 over the course of 3 years. And we can split that up evenly, or if we need more money on the front end, we can do it that way. The grant program is flexible with the locality. So attached to this memo for your consideration tonight is a resolution authorizing the police department to make application for fiscal year 24 COPS hiring program for 1 additional police officer position.
Every time I see you, you've got another grant.
I tried.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I don't know why anybody would be opposed to this. But we will ask any questions of Chief Gates. Okay, if not, thank you, sir. And we need a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I propose a resolution authorizing the Poquoson Police Department to make application for U.S. Department of Justice Community-Oriented Policing Services COPS Hiring Program grant funding.
Okay.
Second.
Motion made and second that we adopt that resolution. Any comments, any concerns, any more questions? If not, Ms. Christie.
Councilwoman Bunting?
Aye.
Councilman Fye?
Aye.
Councilman Southall? Aye. Vice Mayor Freeman?
Aye.
Councilman Hux?
Aye.
Councilwoman Bunting? Excuse me.
Aye again.
Councilwoman Emmett?
Aye.
And Mayor Hessel?
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
All right, thank you, ma'am. And Ms. Christie, you have some comments for us?
I do, sir.
All right.
Currently, 3 upcoming school board appointment terms ending in June, in all three precincts. Advertisement will be placed in the paper, city website, electronic sign, and city television stations this week advertising the seats and deadline of applications. All applications, including the applications from the incumbents interested for reappointment, will need to be turned into the city manager's office by May 27th by 4:30. On the evening of May 27th, a public hearing will be held at the city council meeting. The names of the interested applicants will be read into record at that time by the city clerk. Per the adopted SOP, precinct council members will need to give the recommendation of who they would like to interview for their precinct by May 31st. Interviews can be conducted in a closed session at the June 10th council meeting or at another day if council chooses. At the June 10th meeting, council can reconvene and appoint or postpone till the first meeting in July. If you sent in an application in prior to January 1st of 2024, please resubmit.
All right, well done.
May I interrupt, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
The 27th is Monday for Memorial Day, I believe.
That's going to be the 28th.
Tuesday.
Maybe it should be the 27th.
Tuesday.
That'll be Tuesday, the 28th. The council meeting will be Tuesday, the 28th.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Christie. Okay. Comments of our assistant city managers.
Yes, sir.
Glad to see you here
Well,
tonight.
thank you. I'm glad to be seen. Hopefully the color fits today. But yes, thank you. First of all, Mayor, City Council members, on behalf of the city manager and myself, thank you for passing the budget and making an investment in both our employees, both at the city and the schools. We greatly appreciate that. And to our city manager and our city clerk that I know are listening at home, we hope you're feeling better, and I'll miss you tonight.
Okay. Yeah, we missed him too, but you filled in admirably. Bud?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the people who came out tonight to pay attention to the city government. I'd like to see more faces out there doing the same thing. I'd like to thank people at home who are doing it from home. It's important to pay attention to your government. It's also important to play a part. I encourage everyone to consider joining a board or commission, or at least applying to do that, and consider elected positions, okay? We like what we're doing in the city of Poquoson. We think it's the best city in the state of Virginia, probably in the United States of America, okay? It'll only stay that way if the people who live here like the way it is and want to keep it that way and play a part.
All right, thank you,
very
sir.
much.
Ms. Angie?
I would like to announce that the Kiwanis Club of Poquoson is trying something new this year, brand new, something brand new to the city. It is the Kiwanis Club of Poquoson Bull Island Barnacle and Brew Festival. Folks out there may have seen flyers or Facebook advertisements for it. The club is partnering up with Graham and Rollins Seafood for all-you-can-eat seafood. They're partnering up with St. George Brewing Company, Early Birds Bottle Shop, and the Bill Miles Band. It's going to be June 1st at the Poquoson Museum from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. So music, all-you-can-eat seafood, all proceeds go to a great cause. You can email me if you're interested in tickets or any Kiwanian, and it's going to be a great event.
All right, Nancy, thank you. David?
Thank you, Gordon. Concerning Councilman Southall's comments, thank you very much for those. Well said.
Yes, Mayor. I believe, and Christy can help with this, the application to apply is now online, and you can, citizens can go right to the website, the city website, apply online. You don't have to, get the paper or fill that out, so that's more convenient. So encourage everyone to, please take a look what these are and apply. Also would like to thank Ms. Christie and Assistant City Manager for being with us tonight, and that's all.
Okay. Keith?
Yes, two things. One is I announced it last month, but I'll repeat it this time, the mobile food pantry that we have in Poquoson on the second Thursday of the month. We're looking for someone that would be able to handle registration of the recipients. A job description has been passed to Assistant City Manager, will be posted on the website soon. Looking for volunteers. It's basically 1 day a month, basically an all-day thing for a 1 day a month, and we could really use some replacements. The individual who's doing it now has done an admirable job for 12 straight years, and need to give her a bit of a break if we have another volunteer out there. And second, I was personally involved with a playground team looking at the Poquoson Elementary School playground addition, and looking forward to that we've made good strides. We met this week, and we're going to meet again next week, hopefully, and find out more what's going on about, hopefully have a brand new playground at the elementary school before the term starts next year.
Okay. All right. Kerry?
Yes, on the 27th of May, right out here in front of City Hall, the American Legion has a Memorial Day ceremony that honors the fallen military from Poquoson. A very moving ceremony, and encourage you to come out. It's 10 o'clock, 27th of May. That's all.
Y'all do such a good job of that, too. Well done. Tanya mentioned this, but let me say it again. The fact that 7 people who I believe have all of their hearts in the right place would come together and agree on this budget is just outstanding. I've not heard one comment regarding the increase. I can tell you that talking with the city the county administrator in New Kent, they did the very same thing, but they just couldn't come up with the percentage that the council was able to come up with. So we're not in there alone, but congratulations, well done, Tanya, you and Randy, Sarah, staff, tremendous work. You made it easy for us, for sure. Okay, anything else? Did you?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. And we'll have a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Second. Motion made, second, we adjourn. Ms. Christie?
Councilwoman Emmett,
Aye.
Councilman Hooks,
Aye.
Councilman Five,
Aye.
Councilman Southall,
Aye.
Councilwoman Bunting,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Freeman, Mayor Hessel.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
All right, we are adjourned.